Utkatasana is an interesting posture because it shows up twice in the primary series. First in Surya Namaskara B as just a one breath movement, and then again it shows up later on as its own posture where we hold it for 5 breaths. Either way it's the same, so we're going to break it down. So usually at the top of the mat, for Surya Namaskara B, it starts with Utkatasana. So we start by bending the knees and bringing the chest towards the thighs and dropping the hips down. And so this first part of Utkatasana is important because you see how this hip flexion starts to play a role into the posture. I think oftentimes we do Utkatasana with the front of the hips way open, but remember the hips are flexing. You're folding into the hip crease. So start by setting up the foundation of the posture by bringing the chest towards the thighs and dropping the hips down. And you start to notice right away that the quads are working, and this is a quad, a leg strengthening posture to help us connect into the ground. So from here, you lift the chest and you bring the arms over your head. And here you can either have the palms together, gazing up towards the hands. And remember, like in Ekam inhale, don't bring the arms way over your head where you have to crank the neck to look up. Bring the hands a little bit in front so that the back of the neck can be long. You can keep spreading the base of the skull, and you gaze up towards the thumbs. And same thing as in Ekam inhale, wrap the shoulder blades where you feel the elbows coming towards each other and the pinky and the ring finger reaching up. Okay. Or if that's too much tension in the neck, or if the shoulders feel really tight for that arm position, then you can always have the arms apart, palms facing towards each other, and the gaze facing forward. So once you're here, you want to feel the feet rooting down, the tailbone dropping, and then counteract that by reaching the heart forward. And so something really interesting happens internally when you feel the tailbone dropping and the heart reaching at the same time. I feel like I can really feel both of those expressions more fully when I bring both of them in. When you drop the tailbone, it helps you to lift the heart more. And when you lift the heart, it helps you to drop the tailbone more. So these two actions they feel like they're opposing each other and moving in different directions actually help you to really feel both actions more fully, which is super interesting. And I see this come up again and again in the practice. And then you also want to draw the lower belly in and feel all of those actions, dropping the tailbone, reaching the heart forward, and drawing the lower belly in, bring you into the center of the posture. So remember, you're dropping the hips, bringing the chest forward a little bit so that you're starting to come into hip flexion, and so you're not opening the front of the hips and reaching the torso straight up. You're forward a little bit, and you're dropping the hips, and then final action is to gently squeeze the knees in towards each other. And you're reaching through the fingers, reaching through the tailbone. And then you move into the rest of Surya Namaskara B, or you move into the next transition as a posture and primary series, which we'll look at that in another video.